G'day, I'm Kevin, a retired Australian living my life here in Chiang Mai. But burning season is approaching in the north, so I'm going to jump on a train and head south to escape the smoke. This is my journey. This is 52 weeks. Last time I came to this area, I walked across the double helix bridge and came along this way. I didn't come up this far, so even though I'm in the same spot, I'm trying something new. The first time I came here in 1999, I had intended to come to the Merlion, but I never quite made it then. And I've been here a few times since and never quite managed to get to the Merlion. Last time I was here, I got to this spot, but it was boarded up for repair. But now, in 2025, I'm getting ahead of myself. 2025, I finally made it. Well, this was the best I could do when I was here 6 years ago. But this time, I have made it, and it's not boarded up, so that's another thing I can tick off my checklist. I know it's kind of an odd thing to kind of have an ambition for, but I did. What could I tell you? And indeed, it looks like many people have had the same ambition. I had intended to stay a bit out of town at a hotel that was a little bit cheaper, but I made an accident when I was booking and ended up here. But I think it was a happy accident because this is a really interesting town. Plenty of markets and street stalls, temples around, lots of arts institutions. I feel very vitalized and at home. generally speaking, it is a very nice neighbourhood to be in. Lots of architectural variety and plenty of places to eat. Lots of variety in food types as well. Easy access to the railway, and just a really nice feel. I am at Fort Canning, which is part historical site, part gardens. It's a place that I've walked past a few times but never come into. So today's the day for something new. Get in and have a look at Fort Canning. There's not a huge amount left of the fort constructions. There are buildings and so forth, but the fort wall is largely gone. There are a few sections of wall and the Fort Canning gate which still remain. It was originally built facing the sea to repel seaborne attacks, and it also served the purpose of huddling British families if there was ever local unrest. So the roots of colonialism are never far away in this part of the world. There are a couple of gardens here, one called the Stamford Raffles Garden, is a very famous name you might know. But it's a nice garden, and is well signposted in terms of its historical importance. I'm actually sitting on top of the old powder magazine at the moment. But it hasn't been a powder magazine for a long time, so I'm safe. I'm really pleased I came to Fort Canning and into the Heritage Centre behind me. It's one of those things that you just never think about, but when you come across it, it's fascinating and it opens up a world of history. It also means that things take a lot longer than you normally plan for, so I spent much more time here and still a little bit to go, but I've spent much more time than I thought I might. Anyway, onward. I hadn't anticipated spending that much time in Fort Canning Park, but there's heaps to do. I was thinking it'd just be a fort and a bit of garden. There was that, but there was also lots of cultural stuff, some great places to eat. I probably could have spent a whole day there if I wanted to, instead of the half day I spent there. But I'm glad I did. It was a great place to visit. Getting around Singapore is really quite easy for shorter distances. Walking is quite pleasant and very simple. It's just a matter of knowing where you're going, and you know, traffic signals are obeyed, so even if your mind's not quite on it, it's pretty easy and safe. And for longer distances there is the public transport system, so plenty of buses and trains to get you where you want to go. I've been using trains. It's been really easy for me. There's a stop just up the road from my hotel, so mind you, there's bus stops there as well. So the public transport is pretty good. The railway stations can be quite deep underground. By the time I get to the platform here, I will have descended at least 5 levels. This is my third. Correction, 6 levels. But everything's well signposted. Google Maps helps you find the right route, and there's plenty of diagrams and signs telling you which way to go. I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes for a train, but it's generally more like 3, and today just 1. The trains themselves are very clean and efficient. It is a great public transport system.
Jalan Besar. Please mind the gap. Berhati-hati di ruang parkir.
I've made my way out to the Jewel, which is a shopping complex near the airport, mainly built to cater for travellers flying in and out. There are kind of lots of restaurants and lots of shopping possibilities. If you've got a long layover, it's certainly bound to keep you amused. But it is more than the simple shopping centre. It is famous for the Jewel Vortex, which is this waterfall behind me. A few stories and quite impressive. And lots of people come here to have a look at it. There are people everywhere. That is the Sky Train travelling between terminals at Chiang Mai Airport. So you get a good view of it from there. And this is what it looks like from the rooftop garden. it is equipped to keep people amused and rested and relaxed while they have a stopover. There is a hotel here where you can book in overnight if you've got a connection the next day, or you can just book in for a few hours if you feel like you need a nap between flights. Yeah, they have information boards all around the place. They have movies, massages, shopping. So yeah, if you're flying through Singapore and you have to kind of go through customs and you've got a bit of time to spare, be worth having a look at here. The thing I remember most strongly from my visit to Chinatown when I was here 6 years ago is that it was the end of a very long day. I was very hot and very tired, and my camera battery was almost flat. So I suspect I just grabbed a few things, a few shots, and if my memory serves me correctly, the battery went flat on my camera, and then I headed back to the motel. And hopefully I'll get to have a bit more of a wander here this time. And the good news is that the afternoon storm is about to start. So I might be ducking for some shelter soon. Yep, the skies have opened up. So I'm going to find somewhere to sit and maybe have a cool drink. So I found this bar just in time. And the heavens really opened up. But I'm quite happy. I'm going to have a snack and a drink. I think you have to learn to make the most of life's small inconveniences. Okay, the storm has passed, mostly. Still a bit of rain, but I decided it's clear enough for me to start making my way back to my hotel. But that's it for my time in Singapore. I am jumping on a plane back to Thailand tomorrow. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time here in Singapore. I must say it's going to be like my last visit. I'm going to say I'm coming back here. And it's really easy to get back here from Chiang Mai. There are direct flights. So I hope it's not another 6 years before I get back to Singapore, because although I've been out and about, I feel like I've only just scratched the surface. Yeah, and I've missed, there's an arts festival happening in about a month, so who knows, might be back for that. Probably not though. Yeah, anyway, hopefully it won't be 6 years before I'm back in Singapore. It is also the end of my burning season travel. I have enjoyed it. Enjoyed the big journey by train down from Chiang Mai to Singapore. But as I say, I'm flying back tomorrow, so I will catch you in Thailand next time. Thanks for joining me on my journey. I really appreciate your company. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, you might like to consider doing so by clicking here. Or if you just want to see something else I've made, click here and that will take you to another video. And if you're really feeling like a binge, click here and that will take you to one of my playlists. Hope to see you on the road again soon.